GG Sambo Intel Classic.
All right. Terran versus Terran. On the map, Othello. Actually, is this Othello? This is Othello. Wait a minute. Let's see here. No, in fact, it is Othello. Excuse me. Just wanted to make sure, guys. Gotta cover my ass sometimes. Alright, so at the top is KTF Magician's Flash. At the bottom is We Made Fox's Mine. Now, remember that Flash was already up 2-1. Flash already has a very strong advantage. And it's going to be pretty tough for a player like Mine to come back. Mine is more than capable of doing it. It doesn't mean that Flash is going to walk out of here with ease. But it does mean that Flash could sit back and relax a little bit. He only has to win one more game. Mine has to win 2 more games. Although I'm sure Flash does not want to see this go out to another game. He'd probably much rather just kill it now and end it pretty soon. And it looks like, in fact, Flash will go up with the Fighting Bow Barracks Refinery. And I believe this will be the first time we've actually seen both these players do the same, at least basic open. Normally it was always one of them was fast expanding, the other one was playing pretty standard. Note the position of the barracks is there so that he can lift off after he makes that one raid and scout with ease. And he does not have 1 SCV in the refinery, so instead he's going to go with 3, which means we might not see a fast expand very soon. Or as soon, I should say. Terrans almost always try to get some expansion up at some point in time, especially Terran versus Terran reasonably early. Here we're getting a shot of Flash and Mine both in their booth, both going over their builds in their head. Mine knowing that he's now down after being ahead from at least the start of the tournament. Flash probably feeling a lot more relaxed now that he has gained this advantage. Looks like they both scouted at about the same time. And Flash is going to... looks like Flash might be finding his opponent a little bit... no, actually they'll find each other at the same time, it appears. So 2 factory, or is it going to be factory starport for Flash? Looks like it's going to be 2 factory. A lot of different things you could do with 2 factory, though. You could go for the vultures with the mines and the speed. You could go for a tank and then a few Goliaths. There's a lot of things that could go on. Now, when we take a look at mine space, we see 1 factory. I assume starports are being made somewhere. No, a hidden command center in a very sneaky spot. A spot that's pretty hard to find. I'm curious if Flash already knows what's going on because he does have the SCV and Marine blocking that ramp. Although then again, you probably want to block that ramp no matter what, but it wouldn't be a bad idea to block that just so that he wouldn't see the command center. Flash now moving out, seeing if he can't get some type of intelligence in there. He may try to apply some pressure at that ramp. Here's the star port, halfway done. Maybe for a few raids early on, maybe to get a very fast dropship. 1 raid can really help nullify the pressure of too many tanks. And whoa, I think he might have overstepped his boundaries. And now these vultures are going to be able to chase down all of these units. And wow, it's pretty much a blunder by Flash early on. Now Mind is moving across the map. He wants to see if he can get a piece of of Flash, moving into that base as we speak. Meanwhile, Command Center on the move, about to land. Flash's Command Center has not even started. And the Wraith, in fact, will come into play. Flash needs to do something to gain back the momentum, or Mind is going to have a big economic advantage. And only one Wraith was produced, so he's not going to keep pumping those Wraiths. And with the Wraith here, he can take out that barracks pretty easily, which is going to slow down the further factory production for the Terran. And the Fast Academy. Now, surprisingly, look at this. It looks like Flash is going to keep on pushing forward anyways. This is a pretty risky move. I do not see anything there to counter the Wraith, which is amidst the flurry. And now the SCVs are going to have to back off. I'm not sure exactly what Flash's plan is, since it's only a matter of time before he holds off this city. He is going to go for the barracks. I think he really should be going for those tanks. I'm not sure exactly what the mindset is, because the barracks is probably going to burn down anyways. But in fact, Flash will gain a lot of ground right now, basically ignoring the Wraith. And all of a sudden, Flash does not have the economic advantage that I think everybody thought he was going to have. And now his tank is getting picked by further tanks, and all of a sudden, whoa, what is happening? This game is taking a 180. And even though he has one Wraith, the SCVs are repairing it too fast. An interesting technique, knowing that he can simply ignore his opponent while this all goes underway. Now attacking that command center, making it at least useless for now. Goliath on the way, though, and the factory is being repaired, but he's going to have to lift and move it back. I can't believe this. All of a sudden, it really does look like Flash is starting to gain a humongous advantage. And once these Goliaths get here and solidify the defenses that he needs, he will be an incredible standing. And the command center now goes up for Flash. He could plant one mine there and block the command center from landing, but he didn't. Suddenly, Mine has been pushed so far back into his base, and Goliaths are on the way. He will now then regain his position with a few simple siege modes set up here in range of the command center. He's going to have to lift again. He's making this build that Mine is doing look terrible. Flash is just so strong these days. I don't know what Mine can do right now. I really do not know. I don't think it's a spot that it's very easy to recover from, in all honesty. I don't know. This is just very tough position. Having spent all that money on the command center and now not being able to use that command center and now being behind in the unit account. The race nullified by the fact that Goliaths are around, and now look, once again, that perfect timing. He's going to be at that command center, and then Flash is going to gain so much momentum, so much ground. The only thing that I honestly think Mine could do is take all of his SCVs, or at least about, I would say 20, and bum rush the siege line, and he's not doing that. He's playing in a very scared way. In a very withdrawn way, hoping that he could somehow inch in here and slowly push back the siege line, but that's just not how this is going to work. He needs to take all of his SCVs and rush in there and do something, anything, to kind of gain this ground. And it looks like he has managed to push back the initial force that was up here. There still is one siege tank remaining. The command center's landing, but that one siege tank will cut off the SCVs from mining. And by then, Flash is already going to have a lot more than I think Mine's going to be able to deal with. Looks like here he comes now. Boom, taking out that last tank. And it looks like now... Oh, no, there was one more tank. But it looks like Flash may just back off, realizing that the damage that he wanted to deal has been dealt. Now all he has to do is back off and continue to macro up. And he finishes remaking that barracks. Mine probably in a bit of shock after getting pushed back so quickly. I think he could have done a better job with that one Wraith, probably taking out those few SCVs. It just does not look like he was prepared for an attack like that. Normally, I think Terran players back off when they see the Wraith and they aren't prepared to deal with anything. And now look at this. In fact, Flash has not backed off, but is continuing to build up a large amount of siege tanks right outside of the mining area of this expansion. And if he can just inch in there just a little bit further, he will once again continue to dominate this position on the map. Mind knows that and has siege tanks spread out very beautifully, might I add. And more factories on the way. More Mind. And once again, this Wraith will do a little bit of harassment on these tanks, pushing them back. Microing the Wraith in such a way that if the Goliaths do get too close, they will get blown away by the siege tank line and be no man's land that neither player can step into right now. And another command center for Flash. I think this is a wise decision, too. It does seem that Mind does have a very solid defense, but Flash does have a very solid contain. Not a complete contain, not an encapsulating contain, but a contain nonetheless. One that's really going to hurt his mobility. And we see we can have one dropship sneaking over here in the back. This would be an excellent position to attack from. And it looks like Mind had predicted it, but not predicted it fast enough. And now he can land. Oh no, in fact, he's going to keep gathering units and continuing to drop there. Sieging up. Here comes the Wraith, and here comes a few more drops. No, he's got to back off. And he is just barely in range of those tanks, and it does not look like this little siege line that he wanted to set up is going to be too terribly effective. He's now going to have to back out, regroup. But more dropships are on the way. We've developed into the dropship phase of the Terran versus Terran matchup where both players end up with a lot of dropships. It becomes very much about using those dropships to gain mobility and hit critical locations with speed. And now it looks like he's going to try to move out now. But will it be effective? And using that dropship to gain a little bit of sight, you know, tanks can shoot farther than they can actually see. So if you have a dropship there, you can use that as a spotter to give a little bit of range to those tanks. Mind has to do something fast, and it seems that when Mind gets in these difficult positions, he doesn't really do anything off the wall to try to get back into the game. And now Flash has already had this expansion up for a while. I see Mind trying to do something over here at the bottom right side of the map, but what? Here come the SCVs now. Now is when he needs to break out of here. It looks like it will be somewhat effective. We don't have a very good shot of how many tanks Mind has, but it looks like, in fact, he has taken out all of Flash's units. No. One badass siege tank manages to take out a few more before he dies. Meanwhile, though, this group of dropships will be able to take out this command center along with the SCVs pretty easily. I wonder if Mind has anything that he can use to deal with that. And instead, Mind is going to go for this expansion over here at the middle right. And it looks like, in fact, Flash has a few turrets set up in very well-placed positions to try to stop dropships, and he did pick off one of those. That's pretty embarrassing. I do see Flash is also expanding at the top, middle, bottom. And it looks like this command center farm will begin to burn down. It's going to enter the red very soon. Yes, it has. I don't see it being saved anytime soon either. Flash expanding once again at the middle left. And while Mind may have broken free from the chains of Flash, which were holding him down, I don't know if he can run anywhere and do any damage. Looks like they're both about to engage each other right now. One sieges while the other continues mobile. And once Flash secures his expansion over here at the left, and I believe he's already in the process of doing that, I think it's going to be even tougher to kind of recover. And there are the SCVs of the expansion, so yes, he will have another expansion up and running with ease. Once again, Mind is attempting to try to gain some ground here, but Flash seems very intent on stopping that. And sieging up the tank. Again, Mind cannot get out of this area. He cannot get anywhere near Flash, and Flash is growing at such a rapid rate. Look at this. All of a sudden, Flash now moving forward, taking out these three tanks. Mind got sloppy for a little bit and did not have the rest of his army with him. Is now dropping. Wow, that's a lot of tanks. But it looks like Flash is already in siege mode and will deal a heavy amount of damage. Even if Mind carves his way through this, I'm curious if Flash will be able to come back with even more units. And the last tank is taken down. But is it the last tank? No, there are 5 more. 6 more, in fact, with a group of Goliaths coming there, too. And again, there's just no way at all that Mind can get to his opponent's expansion, which is what he wants to do. But while Flash has been so busy attempting to stop this, Mind is already expanded at the bottom right, and with that expansion up, he may be able to gain some serious ground economically. However, that expansion is very vulnerable, and it'll just be a matter of time before Flash spots it and then proceeds accordingly. Mind does not have his mechanical units upgraded. Beyond their abilities, of course. Here we see the dropships of Flash now moving down. And look at that, sneaking in between those turrets. He will now be able to drop here with ease at a position that is most convenient, and it will be this cliff over here. He can siege up. The expansion is now useless. And immediately, Mind lifts and moves. I'm curious, though, if Flash is going to have too many of those units over there at the bottom right. Mind may be able to respond with a counter move somewhere else. But then again, Flash already had the economic advantage. He should still have the unit advantage. Here he comes now. One attack upgrade for the mechanical units of Flash. No upgrade for the mechanical units of Mind. So Mind not only has an upgrade disadvantage, but a unit count disadvantage as well. If Flash can actually secure this expansion over here, this could be gained very soon. Without the minerals there to mine from it, it's going to be very difficult. And while a few siege tanks are getting pushed back, he is definitely maintaining that ground. I'm not sure if Flash is actually aware that Mind has just moved to the... Oh, GG, yes, indeed. Flash has done a 3-1 victory against the player Mind. A GG that I think we saw coming, but a GG that happened very abruptly. Very good game. Flash looks pretty pleased. He almost looks bored with those games, but he's Flash. He's an incredible player. He's done an excellent job, and now he has won 10 US dollars. And that's even more won. Thanks for watching, guys. It's been great. Stay tuned for more great events from GOM TV. You've been watching the GOM TV Averatec-Intel Classic. Nick Plot signing out.
경기를 뭐 벌써 4경기 이렇게 쭉 지켜보셨는데 와 오늘 이용호 선수의 그 경기를 위해서 다시 한번 느끼게 되는 그런 기회가 되지 않았나 싶은 생각이 듭니다. GomTV 인텔 클래식 특별전 우승자입니다. 우승 이용호 선수입니다. 감사합니다. 요즘 컨디션이 너무 좋은 거 아니에요?
네, 요새 게임이 너무 잘 풀리는 것 같아요. 승부하고 나서
무슨 특별한 비가 있습니까? 웅담이라도 하나 드시면 아닙니까?
그런 건 아니고 그냥 연습 계속 꾸준히 바짝 이렇게 조이니까 더 잘할 수 있었던 것 같아요.
바짝 조이니까. 네. 오늘 결승전에서 계속 보니까 박성빈 선수를 바짝 조이더구만요.
네, 오늘 그러니까 결승전은 와서 그냥 생각하기도 했는데 심리전 성빈이 형 하는 거 보고 썼더니 그게 잘 먹혀서 이길 수 있었던 것 같아요.
네, 오늘 특히 결승전 경기 보면 말이죠. 보는 관점에 따라서는 대단히 지루한 경기일 수도 있고, 또 수준 높은 관객에게 보시기에는, 야, 저건 아주 고난이도의 심리전이 그 안에 들어있다. 이렇게 생각이 될 수도 있을 것 같거든요. 이용호 선수 본인이 경기를 했었는데, 본인의 경기에 대해서 좀 평을 하신다면요.
네, 아직 좀 많이 부족하다는 걸 좀 느꼈는데, 성빈이 형이 제가 생각하는 진짜, 테테를 진짜 잘하세요. 그래서, 운영에 좀 솔직히 많이 자신이 없어서, 빌드를 좀 위주로 많이 준비해왔어요.
그렇군요. 네. 그 박성민 선수가 움직임을 보이면 여지없이 그 위치에 이용호 선수 공격을 가거나 미리 그 위치를 선점하는 그런 모습을 좀 봤는데, 백팩하셨죠?
그런 건 아니고, 그냥 LCD를 잘 퍼뜨려서, 시야 확보를 잘해서 그랬던 것 같아요.
아, 그렇군요. 네, 알겠습니다. 자, 이제 오늘 정말 무슨 기분 좋게 보여주시죠.
Challenging our destiny, promise we are wild on the run. Wild on the run. Carry on to make our way, make our dreams come true. Fly into another day, the world is our home. Welcome to the dome of pleasure. Welcome
응원해주시고요. 그리고
GG Sambo Intel Classic.